the European crisis, which is getting worse and worse since 2015, deeper and deeper. The shift to the right, to fascism, to racism, to xenophobia, the subjugation to Washington and NATO and the United States of the whole of Europe. This is one story. These are not separate stories. One story. The decline, permanent decline of Europe, and it's drifting in a reactionary, misanthropic direction. It's soul-destroying what's happening. Because you see, the problem, it's not, if only that were the problem, that is a symptom. What happens is we have two kinds of authoritarianism, two kinds of malignancies, if you want. We have the authoritarianism of the so-called liberal establishment in Brussels, in Paris, in Germany. They're extremely authoritarian. When I was the finance minister of Greece, I saw them in action. They talk about democracy, but they hate democracy. The one nightmare that they have is actual democracy. The people who talk about democracy are the ones who are working very hard to ensure that democracy is a system that legitimizes whatever it is that they do. But if the people, the demos, go against what they want, they just completely annul it. It's propaganda that they care about democracy. So you've got this authoritarian liberal center. And then you've got the reaction to that, which is the fascist, racist, xenophobic ultra-right. But these two, which appear as enemies, are essentially the two different sides of exactly the same coin. They are symbiotic with one another. I'll give you a very specific example. Take the president of France, Emmanuel Macron. I know him personally. He's fine. I actually quite liked him when we used to talk and exchange ideas and so on. But he's the representation of this liberal authoritarian establishment. He sounds very liberal, very democratic, but he's head of a government that is, as we speak, it is presiding over pogroms against French citizens of an ethnic Arab background. They introduce laws by which they can take away your citizenship if you're an Arab French person without you knowing it. No rule of law. This is what the alt-right are proposing. So Macron is in power. He's only in power because he's opposed to the alt-right. People elected him because he was not Le Pen, because he was not the alt-right, in opposition to the alt-right. But in government, he introduces the legislation of the alt-right, and he needs the alt-right to be against him so that he remains in government, to do what the alt-right wants. It's a great paradox. At the same time, the alt-right needs Macron. Le Pen should thank Macron every day, because the reason why she's doing well in the polls is because of her opposition with Macron. So this opposition is a fake opposition. I'm not saying it's a conspiracy. I'm sure they don't like each other. But that's not the point. They need each other. They may hate each other, but they need each other, because Le Pen would not be Le Pen without Macron.